friends, welcome back to my kitchen. If you're new here, my name is Jen, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make breakfast rolls with sausage gravy. Now, this is something that one of my daughters approached me with a while back, just with an idea, and she asked me if I thought I could make it work. So I'm going to show you how I did this, and I'll tell you what I figured out along the way to make it just a little bit easier for you guys if you decide to try this too. This was sort of an experiment, and normally I don't ever film my first time trying something. So just be patient with me today, and you'll see where I decided that some things could be tweaked or changed just to make this go a little more smoothly. So to get this started, I'm just going to cook off a package of bacon in my oven until it is nice and crispy. That way it can be cooling off while we're working on other things. Look at me, y'all. I am egg rich. Just kidding. I have a family of 6 adults, and so when I stock up on eggs, I have to go heavy. So all I'm going to do here is I'm going to put about a dozen eggs in this bowl, and I'm going to scramble them like I usually do if I'm making, just regular scrambled eggs for breakfast. I am going to definitely salt and pepper them, and don't panic when you see the amount of black pepper I put in my scrambled eggs. We are weirdos and we like a lot of black pepper in our eggs. But I'm gonna salt and pepper it to taste, and then I'm also going to go ahead and add a couple splashes of milk. You could use a little bit of heavy cream. And the idea behind this is I want these eggs to stay really soft. I'm not going to cook them to completion. You'll see here in just a minute, but I want them to remain soft because they are going to go back in the oven. And when you overcook scrambled eggs, they tend to get rubbery and have a really unpleasant texture. So you definitely want to add a little something, milk or heavy cream, to them just to keep them nice and loose. I'm also cooking these eggs in just a couple little pats of butter. I really love the flavor and the texture that butter adds when scrambling eggs. Now, you'll see I'm scrambling them just like I would normally do, except this is about where I am going to stop here. And like I said before, it's because these eggs are going to go back in the oven and I don't want them to come out bouncy or rubbery. So I'm just going to remove them from my pan at this point into a bowl so they can also be cooling off. And once my bacon is cooked, I'm just going to remove it from the pan onto some paper towels to soak up that extra grease. And then I'm just going to chop it up into, smaller size pieces when it's cooled off enough for me to handle. Now, I am using crescent rolls for this recipe today. And you will see here that very quickly I realized that this was a poor choice. I knew that crescent rolls came perforated, and I thought that I could possibly just roll these out and pinch those perforations back together because I like the taste of crescent rolls, and my family does too. But very quickly, like I said, I realized that these perforations were not going to pinch back together like I had hoped. I thought about running my rolling pin across them, but then I was afraid because of the texture of this dough, it would just become completely stuck to my silicone mat and tear even worse when I rolled it. So I'm just going to make the most of this and do the best I can to try to get, an even size rectangle here. And all I'm going to suggest to you is that you either use your favorite cinnamon dough recipe and just omit some of the sugar in it so it's not as sweet, or if you want to use, some kind of canned pastry to make your life a little easier, maybe try pizza dough. The canned pizza dough has a thicker consistency and is easier to handle. So once I get it all out and press together the best I can, all I'm going to do is kind of scatter some of these scrambled eggs across it just to make sure that there's a little bit of eggs in every bite. Now I used 4 cans of the crescent roll dough, and with the dozen eggs, I had enough of the filling and the dough to do 2 of these rolls. So 2 cans will do 1 roll. And, if you only need 1 roll, then cut that back to 6 eggs and maybe a half a package of bacon. So I'm just going to sprinkle my bacon over the top of this. And then when I have, whatever I deemed enough at the time, I'm also going to sprinkle over some shredded cheese. Yes, this is store-bought shredded cheese. Like I said, I was taking a lot of shortcuts on this day, and there is absolutely no shame in that. After I sprinkle on my cheese, I am going to start making an attempt to roll this up. And it went really well at first. As you can see, I'm just rolling this like you would a cinnamon roll recipe, nice and tight at the beginning. And here's where I started to run into problems with those perforations separating. And so I pull it a little closer to me and I continue, and the more I roll, the more they separate. So I actually ended up finishing rolling this off camera because the camera was sort of in my way. But I just pinched and rolled as I went, and just anytime these perforations split open, I just pinched them back together the best I could. And I'm not really sweating it that much if they start to come apart because I started putting these in a parchment lined pan, but this pan ended up actually being too big. I had no idea how many of these this was gonna make. And so after I get, most of these cut and in this pan, I realized I needed a smaller pan. So I just switched to one of my glass baking dishes and it worked out perfectly. I could get both rolls in my Pyrex dish, and they were packed in there tightly enough that they held each other together. So then any of the extra filling that I had, I just sprinkled over the top of these. And I put them in the oven at 400 degrees. And while they're baking, I'm going to start working on my gravy. Now, I am not using sausage on this day. I am using ground turkey that I put all of the seasonings in that breakfast sausage has. And apparently it was good enough that my youngest didn't even realize that this was not sausage, so go mom. But because turkey is kind of lean, I did add a couple pats of butter to this when it was finished cooking. And I'm going to add the same amount of flour as I had butter. And I'm going to cook off the raw flavor of this flour for just a minute or two. I'm not trying to brown it or anything. And then I'm going to start adding my milk to this. Now I'm just adding a little bit at a time. It's cold milk into hot flour. That's how you keep from getting lumps in your gravy. I'm going to add a little bit and stir it in, and then add a little bit more and stir it in with my whisk. This helps to slowly incorporate that flour into the milk. And in my opinion, this definitely speeds up the gravy making process because each time you add a little bit of milk, you're giving it a chance to get hot before you add some more milk in. Then once I have all my milk added, I just let this simmer on kind of a medium heat, stirring it pretty frequently until it thickened up to the consistency that I wanted it. Now keep in mind, if you are making this before your rolls are finished, this is going to thicken up some more. So you want to stop a little shy of where you want your gravy to be. So I cooked these at 400 degrees for about 40 minutes, but I did end up using my thermometer to take the temperature of the inside of these. Because they were packed so tightly in this pan, I wanted to make sure that they were at least 190 degrees in the very center, so nobody was getting any raw dough or gooey dough. And these were cooked through perfectly. The entire pan was cooked and done. So to serve these up, I'm just going to put a couple of them on a plate, and I am going to coat these in that delicious not sausage gravy that I made. And I'm going to sprinkle a little parsley on it just for the sake of the thumbnail, but you don't have to do that. It doesn't really add anything to this. So if you give this a try, definitely leave us a comment down below. My daughters would love to hear what you thought about this. And I would love to hear, if you made this, what did you do differently than the way I did it when I was trying it for the very first time? Did you use a different kind of dough? Did you make your own dough? And did your family end up liking this too? My family ate this up. Also, I want to know from you guys, would you like to see more videos like this from me? Let me know down below. And until next time, friends, happy cooking.